Hello, good evening. Oh, and here comes the dog. Hiya, Coopy. Um, excuse me. I'm really sorry. I've come live and I started to cough. Come on, Coops, calm yourself down. How are we all this evening? I can't see live chat, so I don't know if any of you were there. Oh, yes, there we go. Kathy, hello. Oh, you're first in, Kathy. Hiya, love. How are you? Are you having a nice weekend so far? Got a bit of a mixed bag tonight. We've got some aliens, we've got some paranormal, we've got some doggy updates, we've got some. Hello, ice cream. Oh, you came in last time, didn't you? Nice to see you. Welcome back. How are you doing? Hi, Frida. Well, if it's hello, pet, I'm gathering. Are you up in the northeast by any chance? Just a wild guess, mind. Hi, Voodoo. Oh, you're good, Kathy. Brilliant. I'm okay, thank you. Well, I may as well get my little update out the way while we're waiting for people to come in. So, um, some of you who were in my last live, so obviously before, sorry, I'll just say again for people just coming in, Frida, we're doing some alien stuff. We've got some paranormal. We've got some suspected animal attacks. And I'm also going to go through and give you an update on Coopy Doopy and Blue, little blue dog, the dog that had the injury. So I'm going to do my Cooper update now while we're waiting for people to come in for the creepy stuff. So as you know, he went in to have two biopsies done on Wednesday. Hi, Brian. Brian's got. I've only just come live, Cassius, literally just this second. So you're not late, love, for once in your life. Brian's got flu at the minute, so please, everyone, send him some love. I'm not, because I think he's a bastard, but just kidding. Love you to pieces. I pity your wife, though, having to baby and look after you. Chat not working right. Be right back. No problem, Voodoo. So my little update with Coopy Doopy. So he went in on Wednesday and he had two biopsies on lumps. Now I was pretty certain that they were lipomas, which are fatty lumps, and because of his age, um, certain breeds of dogs are predisposed to getting lipomas. He's not one of them. However, that risk of getting fatty lumps increases as a dog gets older, and also castrated males have a higher incidence of having of getting lipomas. So I know he's in that bracket, so I was expecting them to be lipomas, right? So the vets come back to me. I mean, they got the results back within 2 days, which was really good. It's cost me a fortune, like mind, but anyway. So both the tissue samples from both different masses have come back with fatty deposits, fatty cells. The one on his side, definitely, virtually 100%, it's a lipoma, it's a fatty lump. The one on his chest, they're not so sure of. Although there are fatty lumps in it, it's a little bit ambiguous. So what she said was, we can leave it and keep an eye on it and see if it gets bigger or changes shape or what have you. And I was at that point, I said, yeah, but how long do you leave it before it becomes you've left it too long? I've done this before. I've had a dog with cancer. And she's like, yeah, I understand that. She said, I know this is why you brought him in, to get these checked out. So she said, the other thing is to get him back in a couple of months and we'll retest that one again and see if the cells are still coming up as bad. Now, he has a terrible reaction to the anesthetic. He's only just today coming out of it. He was stopping breathing. I took a load of videos of him because I stayed with him while he did the procedure. And he was stopping breathing. Now, obviously, as anybody knows, you know, if you're familiar with veterinary practice or even medical practice, when they give this heavy sedation, basically it slows down or it kind of incapacitates the respiratory system. And they kept saying, "Hi, COVID's love, welcome in. Just giving an update on my little dog. Happy New Year as well. I haven't seen you." Oh, thank you, love. And he kept stopping breathing. Now I was there; they didn't seem that concerned. I'm going, my dog stopped breathing. So they're like, "Oh, he's holding his breath." I'm like, dogs don't hold the breath. People hold the breath. Dogs don't. So, and quite a few times, and I knew they were slightly concerned because one of the vets kept his hand on his femoral artery. I thought, yeah, you're keeping it there because you can't, that's the only place you can feel a damn pulse. So because of that, I'm really concerned about him having another anaesthetic too soon. So my option is, I don't want him to put him out again to take another sample. What I said I want to do is, if they're going to put him out again to sample it, balls to that. I want them to actually, because they're small, I want them to remove both of these fatty masses, send them off for analysis. They're out then, take the surrounding tissue so that there's no, cells left behind. And that's the end of it then, because I'm not keep putting my dog through this. He's 9 years old, nearly. So anyway, so that's where we are with Cooper. So I'm going to do that. However, in order to do that, it's going to cost at least 1,500 quid. So I'm going to have to sell one of my own damn kidneys to pay for it. But anyway, he's worth it. He's my baby. I'll find it. We'll get this done. So that's where Cooper is at the moment. And thank you for everybody who was sending messages. And, I do appreciate it, because you all know I've been really worried about him. So let me have a little look back through the chat before I go on with our spooky dooky stuff. Hey, actually, I'll ask this. COVID's lady. Oh, hi, Lady Witch, love. Hello. COVID's Lady Witch Voodoo, and anybody else who's listening in the US, but maybe just up in the just watching. What do you think? What are your opinions on the Miami Mall incident with the aliens or beings or whatever they are? Just wondering what you guys think. Oh, right, sorry, hang on, let me go back. Oh, Cassie says already starting with the typos. Oh, Frida, you can't see Kathy. Oh, well, she's there. Kathy can see you, though. I don't know if you can see her now. A few fatty lumps, do you? I hope I'm not one of them, Brian. Oh, gosh, oh, hang on a minute. What's this with COVID's mum? Oh, babe, is your mum not so good? Oh, no. I'm just noticing some of the comments here. Let me just go back. Oh, I didn't know. I didn't know there was. You're not ready to scream aliens, but there's definitely more than armed teenagers in a mall. Yeah, absolutely, there is. No, there's not a clear video, Frida. But is that because there's some interference? Caused by some force field or what have you. There are all sorts of different theories being thrown around at the moment. But yeah, I'm sorry I didn't. I can't see all the chat. Just stopping in case it's starting to snow again. Looks like I'll be doing another all-nighter. Have a great weekend. It's my dad, Casey's in the hospital fighting. Oh, sorry. I thought I saw somebody saying about your mum. I thought your mum was ill as well. I'm so sorry. Yeah, bless your dad. I pray for your dad. I knew about him, and he's going through the chemotherapy at the moment, isn't he? So no, he's in my prayers. Oh, for God's sake. Yeah, sorry, it was misreading that. Yeah, everybody's sending you the love, and love to your dad, and yeah, we'll just keep we'll send some healing thoughts, because I like to do prayers in here of to whichever gods you pray to or believe in. So we'll make sure that we include your dad and your family later on. So yeah, please take care. Much love to you all, and thank you so much for coming in. It's Lady Witch saying there, it does look like holograms, though. Could have been a prank that got out of control. I don't know. I don't know. It's yeah. I'm not sure. I think because also there's been the incident that was in Las Vegas, and now, which I'm going to talk about, is the stuff in Peru. So I don't know if any of you are aware of this. Okay. So if you've seen the title, I'm not great at Spanish. I do apologize, especially if Jojo comes in. I'm so sorry for butchering your language. Phew. But I think the correct pronunciation is the Pelas Caras. Caras. Yeah, Pelas Caras. And that is, it means the face peelers. So, and it's pretty grim. Uh, Okay. Pelas Caras. Um, Last year in probably June or July, there started to come reports out of Peru, and it's a village in the jungle in Peru. It's way out of in the up the backside of beyond, little village with a they're not the modern enough, but it's still a village with native Peruvian Indians living there. Um, and there started to become reports that there every night, and this, as I said, was June or July last year, the village was coming under attack, and it was being attacked with, they described them a bit like, do you remember in Spider-Man, the first Spider-Man, the green, oh, what was it called? That green thing, the baddie, and it was on that flying disc, and it had, right, the way it's been described is very similar to that. These beings every night were coming down into the village, and they were kind of on these flying disc type things. And I mean, there are videos of, the villagers shooting guns at these things at night. And bear in mind that they're quite a remote village. So whatever smartphones that they have, they're not iPhones, they're not Samsung Galaxies, they're cheap as chips smartphones. Okay. And so the quality isn't great, on the photographs or the videos that are being taken. So it kind of came to a head in about, I think it was about August time. These things came down at night, and that was it. The Green Goblin. So this was kind of what they're looking like. This is the way they've been described, and there is footage there are photographs of these damn things. Okay. So they tried to get help from the government and the police, whatever. They at one point sent the navy, the damn navy, up, because this village is on a river. They sent the navy up with the local police, and after some cursory investigations, the police decided to announce that they were just being attacked by disgruntled river miners. And people are like, what the fuck? You think that river miners, who are basically scratching a living and the poor as dirt anyway, have got some kind of hoverboards that are military grade, that they have got these suits on, and the suits that they're claiming that they have, even though the villagers are shooting at them, they're impervious, you know, so the bullets aren't going through them, nothing is harming them. Okay. So this anyway, it's picked up by the mainstream media in Peru about these constant attacks by these things. Anyway, come about August time, there's a young girl who is picking fruit out in the back garden. It's just gone dark. She's out in the back, back garden at the back of the houses or what have you. And two of these things kind of come down out of nowhere and approach her. Now, she was fighting to get away from them. They got a grip on her. They lifted her up into the air. There was some form of a syringe was shot up her nose with something in it, and then they kind of put a cream all over her face that she said started to make her face very numb. And then she could hear one of these, she could kind of understand one of these flying goblin things because it was speaking in broken Spanish. Okay. She's still fighting to get away, screaming, fighting, what have you. As they are putting this cream, one of them is putting this cream on her face. She understands the other one in broken Spanish, which is saying, don't put too much on. You don't want to damage the skin. Okay. Now, I'll tell you why this is significant before I go any further, right? A couple of weeks prior to this, there was a body found. There is footage of this online. Sheila's there. I was just about to say Sheila will know about this. Hiya, darling, you all right? Well, Sheila can back me up on this one. The guy's name is Timothy. Gosh, it's a Spanish name, obviously, and I can't remember. He's been out from America down to Peru to investigate this. He has got the actual footage on his channel. It's police. It was filmed on a mobile phone, but it's got the local police. They found a body at the side of the river. It had been covered up with banana tree leaves. When they uncovered it, and they are then trying to lift this body from the water's edge up, to whichever vehicle they've got, and you can tell it's not fake. They fall a couple of times. This guy's face is completely devoid of skin, and it looks like it has been surgically removed. The lines are that straight around it. Scalpel or laser comes to mind. There is not a scorrick of flesh remaining on the like the skull, the jaw, the eyes. It's horrible. I know Sheila's seen it because she'd sent me a link to this guy's channel. Sorry, no, it was the guy was actually he was being interviewed, and then I started doing some research, but I know that she's seen this as well. Right, so this guy, and this is why they call these Pelas. Oh, thank you. There you go, Alberino, Timothy Alberino. Thank you, Sheila. Yes, Lady Witch. They think that they had brought him back to that spot and covered him with the banana leaves, whether it was to stop predation, whether it was to come back. Maybe, I don't know. It's very reminiscent when you see the damage to this guy's face. It's very, very reminiscent of the cattle mutilations that have gone on in America and other places around the world, but, specifically in the region of Skinwalker Ranch. The lines are so straight. There is no blood. There's nothing. It's weird. You need to see that. You need to see that video. The video is called, I think it's called Aliens Attack Village in Peru. That particular video that is uploaded, you need to go and watch that. You can see the footage there. You can also see some footage of one of the nights that these things are attacking the village, and they're all shining flashlights on the shooting guns at it. It's on the top of one of the buildings, and you just get a glimpse of it, and they're all like, it's there, it's fucking hell, it's there, it's there. Okay, so this then, fast forward to the night that this young lass is potentially being abducted. She overhears, or this poor Spanish of, you don't want to damage the skin. Don't put too much on. You don't want to damage the skin. right? At which point her brother comes out and spots her being lifted into the air. He grabs her, there's a bit of a tussle ensues, and they let go of her and she lands on the floor. Now she's numbed, she's in terrible shock as well, and there's then panic breaks out because the brother is gone shouting for the men of the village, you know, that they're here, they tried to abduct this young girl, help, help, help. The dogs are all going crazy. People are running out. They video this bit as well, not with the goblins, whatever that we want to. I'm going to call them goblins, not with them, but there's video going where they're trying to spot these things in the sky. They're shooting the guns. They're trying to get the dogs inside and get them, you know, out of the way because the dogs are going crackers. It's got them carrying this young girl. She's now unconscious, which they said was kind of chemically induced, something to do with this stuff either that went up her nose or was on her face. But prior to this, these look in a panic. When this young lad has run off to get help, they're in a bit of a panic. They then decide to come back and try and get her. They don't want to let her go to waste. So one of them grabs her ponytail and starts dragging her by the hair. And at this point, then when they're coming back out, the people from the village are chasing across to try and get her again. He then, oh, it's he. I'm going to say he. It makes two incisions under a chin, and these are sharp. They look like been made with a scalpel. And I was thinking, was it trying to get this skin off her face before they were chased away? But basically, off they went anyway, and that was the end of that night. But then this footage has gone everywhere. This footage has gone everywhere. It's viral. It's all over the internet. It's been shown on mainstream news in Peru. It's been investigated by different teams coming from America, from, you know, from all over the world. People are going out there, and these attacks are still going on. They're thinking that they look like these so-called grey aliens. Now, the story that the government are going with is that it is um, miners with advanced equipment. Now, the guy, this Timothy Albanese, oh God, whatever his name is, I can never say his surname. The link that Sheila's put in anyway, Timothy Alberino, isn't it? He was saying, you know, there's even been words that is it the cartel? You know, could it be the cartels because they're as well armed as any, you know, military force, any government military force, you know, apart from having like fighter jets, they've basically got everything else. But even they don't have technology like this. Bulletproof suits, hoverboards that can go off and away at speed. Now, this young girl did give when she came round. I don't think there was any of the cream left, Lady Witch, because obviously they didn't know at the time. It's only later on that she was able to relay what had actually happened to her. You know, that they're worried about her. She's unconscious. You know, it's one of those hindsight and all that jazz. What Sheila saying that it's horrific. This guy has gone on expeditions to Peru, numerous videos on all the attacks happening there. It's really scary, Sheila, isn't it? Frida Cassis has just started wearing shoes with laces instead of slip-ons. Bless him. Oh, dear me, you're so cute. Anyway, so that is where we're at the moment with that particular story. I don't know what you think. I at first when I heard of the face peelers, I was thinking, oh, it's a bit far fetched, and then I watched Timothy's videos and I listened to him, and then obviously this young girl, as she's come out of this coma, pass out, whatever it was that she was in, she was describing these things, and she said that they had eye sockets in these masks that were kind of glowing gold and yellow. She said that the discs that they were able to ride on these hoverboard things um, they had these boots that they were wearing clipped into them. So I suppose a bit like anyone who's gone snowboarding, you know, and you can clip into your board, that type of thing. However, she said it seemed to be that these hoverboards were operated from the boots. So they say aliens are among us. They have to disguise themselves somehow. Well, yeah, this is what I've always said about Dennis Rodman, but it's not that good a surprise, a disguise, is it? Oh man. So what do you think? What are your opinions on that? Oh, hiya, Simples. I haven't seen you wherever you are. I've just seen that Brian's saying hello and Frida. What's Sheila saying? Let me highlight this. Ooh. Yeah. It's a really remote location, deep in the jungle. The tribes do have phones, but no internet. Just one village hub has internet for the whole area. The channel name is Timothy Albanero. Hang on, Simples. I'll put it back on screen again because Sheila very kindly popped it into the chat. There you go. I keep saying Albanero. It's Timothy Alberino. I just have trouble saying his name. And there it is, up on screen. It's because I know you like the alien stuff. His stuff is really interesting. And he's quite easy on the eye, isn't he, Sheila? I was thinking that. I thought, ooh, yo, hello. For an alien chap, you're pretty damn handsome. So yeah, a bit of eye candy for the girls, or the gay gentleman, or the straight gentleman. You know, I know you're all comfortable, you straight guys, with your sexuality, but yes, he's a very good-looking guy. But the channel is very interesting. Sorry, I'm just having a sip of my drink. I have got Hotel Chocolat, 70% dark chocolate with chili. Again, these hot chocolates are so good. They just got a bit of a chili tingle to them. They're really, really nice. So there we go. That's our Pelas Caras story. Me and Cassius don't get a second glance. Oh, come on, let's get a bit of appreciation. Oh, thank you very much, Lady Witch. She's put it in as well. Had you heard of this before, Lady Witch, or is this new to you as well? Is this a me and Sheila thing? Oh, now what I need to do, sorry, I need to just get everybody together for a second. It is the lovely Shane Windrow's birthday today. He is a very young 55, and I got a message earlier on. So I'm going to sing happy birthday. And if you'd all like to put him some lovely birthday messages in the chat, that would be most appreciated. He's probably out celebrating, but I'm going to sing anyway, and then we can send him back. Right, this is for Shane. You ready? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Shane. Happy birthday to you. Hip hip hooray! Happy birthday, Shane. You're a cheeky get, Brian howling. I'll bloody howl at you. Wait till it's your birthday. Just you wait. Get. I tell you something, there's no way you could ever be conceited in this channel. You just couldn't. If I got the slightest bit conceited, I'd soon get knocked down. I'm going to highlight everybody's messages to Shane one by one. So, Lady Witch says, happy birthday, Shane. Oops. Sheila says, happy birthday, Shane. We've got one from Frida. Happy birthday, Shane. We've got one from Kathy. Happy birthday, Shane. Oh, is it your showing us? Well, you'll have to remind me, Brian, and we'll sing her a happy birthday song. Cassie's Brian, we'll go out, paint the town red. Don't need any of them, mate. I don't. Sheila. It was only a demo with a goose. Happy birthday from Brian. Lady Witch, and you can shut up as well. See what I mean? Nobody can be a zoom. Happy birthday from Lady. Oh, sorry, from Voodoo Queen. You're all gets. You are all horrible gets. Anyway, Shane, love, wherever you are, I hope you're having a lovely evening. And yeah, and we'll see you hopefully on the next live. So, I have got a couple of animal attack stories as well to kind of talk about. One of them happened a couple of years ago. Well, I should hope you do like me, Brian. Then again, I was going to say you wouldn't be in here if you didn't like me, but we've got all the hate watchers as well, haven't we? So, so that means absolutely nothing. So yeah, we've got a animal related death. Now this was a couple of years ago. It involves this is in America. We're all right, Frida. I'm not doing any UK based ones or Europe based ones. We'll just scare the shit out of Lady Witch and Voodoo Queen and Greg Man and COVIDs and anybody else that comes in from the other side of the pond. And Tanya, and we'll scare everybody shitless. But we're okay over here. So, oh, one from Cassie. Yeah, you are behind there. Happy birthday, Shane. Is it a full moon already? Bugger. I didn't realise it was a full moon. I can't see it. Then again, I can't see out here. Yeah, we're not. There's not going to be any horse ones, Frida. This is an animal-related death on a person. It happened a couple of years ago. It's a gentleman called Chris Whiteley. Now, Chris had a bit of a troubled life prior to this point. He, getting up to no good, he's only a young fella, up to no good, in and out of trouble with the law, ended up addicted to meth, and along with his girlfriend, Taylor. And they had a couple of kids together, but he had kind of it'd been done for domestic violence. He'd beaten her a couple of times. He'd locked her in without any food, and this was as a result of the meth. Seriously effed up in the head. Anyway, so he was hoping that when he was arrested for this and he went to court, that he would get some help, in kind of overcoming his addiction. But because of the seriousness of the case, because he had kept his girlfriend falsely under false imprisonment or forced imprisonment and starvation and all the rest of it, the police were just like, no, we want custodial sentence for this. He can't just get away with getting some help for his addiction. He needs to pay for this. So he did. He ended up, I think he was charged with a felony, and he ended up going to prison for a couple of years. And when he got out, he then decided to try and turn his life around. Now he was still, I think, they didn't say definitely, but I think he was still having a bit of a dabble with the meth. He wasn't living in a great area. I think there were quite a lot of transient people with drug addiction, alcoholism, and different things living in that area. But there weren't people, um, who were with good jobs and trying to deal with these addictions. They were kind of the lower end of the scale. And that sounds snobby. It's not meant to. It's just kind of giving you. It was rough, anyway. But it was in the middle of nowhere. This where he lived. It was at the end of this really long driveway. He got a job. He got a job working on the oil fields. This is why Voodoo's going to hate me, because this happened in Texas, babe. And at this point, she's probably going to insist that Bedtime Clown puts up even more outdoor lighting. So he got a job on the oil fields, but also he was also working a second job doing painting and house painting and so on. Because what he wanted to do, he didn't drive. He wanted to save up enough money to get himself a truck, which would open up more opportunities for employment for him. And also, so he could learn to drive. And his mum had said that she would teach him. So he was putting every bit of money that he could away. So he's working these two jobs. And because he lived in the middle of nowhere, what he would do was hitch a lift to work every day. But if he could get to the end of his driveway out onto the road by a particular time in the morning, there was a guy who would always offer him a lift and take him to work. So what he would do, he didn't go all the way down the driveway. He would take a shortcut through like the bits of woods and what have you nearby, which would bring him out. It would cut off this long sweeping bit and get him directly onto the road in time for him to pick his lift up. And this particular morning when he left, he had the night before, he and his girlfriend Taylor had a massive fallout. Don't know what it was over, but they weren't speaking. Usually you gave her a kiss, said love you, see you tonight. He didn't this morning. He put his backpack on, and he set off. Now he didn't get to work. He didn't get his lift. As time went on and nobody could get hold of him, and the police decided to come out and try and find him. And eventually they found his blue and white backpack, and where it was, no, this is Lady Witch, this is a different one. I didn't know this one. This is a different story. I know what you're talking about, but yeah, this is a different one. And I was quite intrigued with this when I heard it the other day. So they found his backpack, and it was placed on the ground, and it wasn't in the direction that he would have been going, or he should have been going, or if he was being attacked, that he would have run back towards the house. It was running in completely the opposite direction. So the police found the backpack. They then start tracing away. Now, well, they're trying to find him, and they can't. And they're looking and looking, and purely by chance, they spot his body. And it was a million to one chance that the gaze of one of the searchers happened to glance in this particular direction and spotted something not right. There was a lot of like brambles and bracken and what have you, very, very tight. And his body was in there. It was that tight, it was virtually impossible to get into. Now, in the same area, so there was all this bracken, brambles, and what have you that he was underneath. And because of the way he was, how he was there, there's no way that he had been dragged in there. And they're thinking that he actually crawled in there to get away from an other, because there were also some shortish trees very close by as well. But he's chosen not to climb a tree. He's chosen to get underneath this tightly knitted bracken and undergrowth. If someone's trying to harm me, I'm not leading them to my house. Well, this is true, Lady. I keep saying Lady Witch instead of Voodoo Queen. This is true, Voodoo Queen. But when you're in that blind panic, your first instinct is to, your very first instinct is to run towards what you know is safe. I wouldn't think that I'm leading a murderer back to my home. All I'm going to think is, I want to get home because that's my home. I can lock my doors, I can lock my windows. I might have a weapon I can use. If not, I'm sure I'll find something I can defend myself with. Because he wasn't that far from the house initially. Anyway, now one of the investigators had said that because of where his backpack was, it looked like it had been placed on the ground. And they said, with it being placed on the ground, that was the action of somebody who'd put it down to try and placate somebody. I disagree. I don't know how they can deduce that. That might be one scenario, but you can't say that that's exactly what happened. And then another thing was this guy, I was watching a channel that was discussing it, and I can't remember the name of the channel. I'm really sorry. But he was saying, right, he said, imagine, he used a dinosaur for an example. He said, so you're this guy, let's put him at 6 foot tall. You're 6 foot tall, and a dinosaur the size of a dog comes running at you. Oh, I'm going to get to that in a minute, Voodoo Queen, the cause of death. This is where it gets very interesting. But for a scenario, he said, imagine that a dinosaur, which is the height of a dog, comes running at you to attack you, and you are standing next to a very easy to get up tree, or you can crawl under this undergrowth. What you're going to choose if the dinosaur is kind of like the size of a dog, right? Most people, you're going to go up the tree away from the height of it. However, if the dinosaur is the same size as or bigger than you, what you're going to do then? Go up the low tree, or are you going to try and crawl under something that's very, very difficult to get into and will be virtually impossible for something that's bigger than you to get into? Okay. So they were kind of using that to wonder what his mindset was, that he'd actually chosen to go into undergrowth rather than up a tree. Shut up, you! Push me in front of it. Nasty bastard. Hang on, I'm just having a swig of me coffee. Me chocolate. Right, so he gets his body out from this undergrowth, and this is where it gets really strange. So his neck has been torn out from ear to ear. Well, no, and again, Lady Witch, I'll come to that now as well. Oh, see, you and Voodoo Queen, you know what, you know your stuff. His neck's been ripped out, and not only that, he has got lacerations to his shoulders at the front, his face, his forehead, and his neck that look like they've been made with thin, very, very sharp claws. Okay. Not only that, his shirt is missing. And again, this is what started some people going down the track of a fight, or maybe being attacked by a person. Because I said, what happens with some people when they're off their heads on drugs? They tear the shirt off. I mean, we've all seen that happen with, drunks of a night out. I've seen it in town, some dickhead, and they're off their head and they're having a bit of a tussle, and then they think they're being like the Hulk, and they tear the shirt off, and you're just like, knob. So, well, there was no sign of it, Lady Witch. The shirt was just gone. But not only that, his jeans, the zip was down. So the fly was open on the jeans, and his underpants, they were saying his shorts, we're presuming they meant jockey shorts, were kind of... So imagine somebody trying to give you a wedgie from the front,
and they'd been pulled. So it looked as though something had like torn the front of his keks open, and sorry for the Americans, that means pants, keks. They torn his keks open and then grabbed him and dragged him by his undercrackers. Now that is kind of typical of a canine attack, a dog attack. Dogs, they'll literally, it's not unheard of for the victim of, say, a wild dog attack to be found naked. There's nothing untoward has happened. It's just, that's what dogs will do. They'll just tear the clothes off people. So, oh, sorry, what's this? Kindness. Hi, kissing everyone. Sorry, can't tag much. Folding mountains of washing, but listening intently. You are a great narrator, guest. Oh, thank you, kindness, Kate. That's really kind of you. Thank you. Yeah, front wedge. I couldn't think of anything how else to describe it. So you've got so bear in mind that at first. So you've got the loss of clothes. You've got what looks like it could have possibly been dragged, but he managed to get under the brambles before he passed out through blood loss. Okay. Now, the medical examiner, the county he was found in didn't have their own medical examiner, so the county next to, they sent theirs over. And that medical examiner determined that this was a mountain lion attack. Now, they then got some experts in, and from the Field and Game, the experts came from there and somewhere else, and they were saying, no, because where he was found, the only tracks were his. There were no others. 100 yards in one direction, they found some dog prints, but they were older. And where he was found, the ground was very sandy, so there would have been footprints, but they were only his. There were, and then 80 yards in the other direction, 80 yards away from his body, there were other footprints of a human, but nothing else. And that could have just been somebody walking through the woods. There was nothing where he was apart from his own. Okay. Now, if it had been a mountain lion, I know enough about big cat attacks and so on. You guys in America will know. Some people over here will be familiar with what happens with mountain lions and big cats and what have you. A mountain lion, it was at the right time for the cubbing season for mountain lions, and somebody put it forward. Maybe it was a she lion with her cubs, and she's attacked him because he's got too close. Mountain lions will go for, usually they will attack from the back. So they'll bite the back of the skull, they'll bite the back of the neck. When they come in for an attack, they will tend, especially if they're defending, so potentially a mother cat with cubs would have gone in with claws first. There would have been huge gashes. Now, these claw marks that were on him were not. They were too thin and pointed to be human. They were too thin and pointed to be puma, mountain lion, but cat, whatever. They definitely weren't dog. And the other thing as well, when a mountain lion attacks anything, whether it be to eat it or to chase it away, they make a mess. They are, the ground's torn up. There's shite out. They're a very messy and extravagant attacker. And there was nothing. This sandy ground all around from where he was, there are no prints of anything but his. The ground isn't tore up. There's nothing. The shirt's missing. There's nothing. So when they finally produced his death certificate, they had removed reference to a mountain lion kill, because they also said that in the last 100 years, there have only been 13 deaths in the whole of the US that could be attributed to mountain lion. There are more deaths each year by people being killed by cattle. There are more deaths by people drowning in their own bath. There are more deaths by, you know, well, dog attacks. It's just anyway. So they basically on the death certificate they'd put that it was death due to unknown animal attack. Now they also found on his body a couple of hairs on his clothing, I should say, and they sent them off for analysis, and it came back that they were canine. But the they never requested any further testing, so they don't know what kind of canine. The claw marks, there were shards of, little bits of claw left there. They were sent off for analysis and, inverted commas, went missing. His body was also washed, and there were no saliva samples taken from the wound on his neck. Or now, whether this was because the MA had originally said this is a mountain lion attack and that was it, and they didn't feel the need to. But by the time they actually thought, you know what, this is a little bit too cut and dried, it's absolutely not a mountain lion, we need to look at it further. There was no other evidence. The hairs had been, they'd gone. The clothing wasn't there anymore. He'd been cleaned, and yeah. So, what the heck? So maybe the El Chapo kind of cane. Well, do you know what? It could have been, couldn't it? But we don't know. Yeah, sorry, kindness. The after he'd had his autopsy done, they washed his body. They washed the blood off and what have you, so that he'd be ready for burial. And I don't know whether they wanted him in an open casket or something, but they basically cleaned like they do. When you've had an autopsy done, and you go to the funeral home, everything you washed, you cleaned, you dressed again, and so on. So yeah, there we go. No, it didn't bathe him. The medical examiner bathed him, Sheila. So there we go. That's that little story. And I just found it. I think it's the fact that there was nothing around him. There were only his footprints. Chupacabra. Well, yeah. Have there been sightings of a chupacabra in Texas? I don't know. Hang on a second. I wrote it down, Voodoo. Let me just double check. I know. I'm very brave, Frida, going out in the woods with Cooper. Did you hear the owls the other day? I can't remember. Did I send them to everybody? My owl footage. I was filming Cooper, and the owls were going off all over the place, which was quite cute. Gosh, I need to find this now. Hi, Shane. Oh, do you know what? If you go back, Shane, we sang happy birthday to you, and you've got a load of birthday messages up on screen. Have you had a nice day? And I'm just trying to find something for Voodoo Queen, so forgive me a second if I'm just not watching the chat. The chat? The chat. You're out. Oh, lovely. Right. Bum bum bum. Oh, bugger. Right, I might disappear off screen for a minute. I'm going to have to look. I think they're in my notes on this phone, and I can't see them. So give me 1 second. If I vanish, stay where you are, I will be right back. Just talk amongst yourselves for a minute. Right, I'm back. Brian, you're a cheeky get. Nobody's making you stay. Right. Voodoo Queen, Hood County. And they got the medical examiner from Tarrant County was the one who did the autopsy on him. I believe it's about 60, 70 miles from Fort Worth in the backwoods. So wherever that is, I don't know how far that is from yourselves. I don't know the distance from Dallas or what have you. Hey, Rav. Hi. Lovely to see you. How have you been, mate? I've not seen you for a while. Good to see you. As always. I hope you're doing well. I watched your last live, but because it was in German, I didn't understand it. So I'm sorry. I need to learn German. Oh, it's about 2 hours from you, is it, Voodoo Queen? Wow. But yeah, Hood County and Tarrant County. But there's a lot, if you want to Google it, there are a lot of questions being thrown up about, what people are thinking it is. And obviously, there are a lot of the Dogman community are thinking it's Dogman. I definitely don't think it's something of this world. The fact that, if nothing else, the fact that there was no evidence of anybody else being around him. No animal prints, no human prints, nothing. Oh, no. Well, Rav, but you are German, so of course that is your native tongue. So and yeah, I mean, I know a couple of them were in English, but then the others I didn't understand. But it's really good to see that you're back and you're feeling good. So it's yeah. I wanted to say hello for a little while anyway, but yeah, I'm glad to see you back, fella. Strength to strength. If anybody hasn't subbed to Rav, he's got a lovely channel. Please give him a follow. He drove a delivery in Glasgow years ago, and what were you saying? Ooh, and the Neds commented on Lenore softener gets them high. Went, what? Oh, man. Oh, you can start making videos in English again. That's for that's for us ignorant English people and Scottish people and Irish people who were very lazy. The Brits in general were very lazy people who don't learn other languages. All the European countries are taught and have to learn English. And I think as a nation, we are incredibly lazy because we know that everybody speaks English, is our attitude. So yeah, but I appreciate it. I appreciate it. I never had the option to learn German at school, actually. You love the English, Scottish, and Irish people the most on this earth, do you? Well, we love you too, Rav. So, so you just missed our story, and it's Shane's birthday as well today. Shane just nipped in. So yeah, we were just having a little bit of a weird story. Well, we've had a couple. We're talking about the face peeling. Well, they're called the Pelas Caras in Peru. Face peelers, some form of weird thing that's attacking villages. Do you know, Cassius? I agree. I fully agree with that. Every Scottish child should be taught Gaelic. Absolutely. He was positively stunned how many good words you said. I know we do. We do. We're bloody murder for it. It's like, I mean, it's not even good words either, is it? You know, instead of saying I'm really jealous of you, go, God, I'm well, gel. If you're Vicky Pollard. Um, yeah, we've got well, the language of Keats and Shakespeare, and what do? We bastardize it at every opportunity. Oh dear me. Anyway, got a little update on Blue Dog. So we're gonna. Oh, I thought you said good words, goddamn words. Right, sorry. See, I'm not that good at abbreviations. So little update on Little Blue Dog. So Sue has managed to get the report from the vet. One for herself now that's going to go to the courts. And and when she was telling me, so obviously some of you know what my background was at uni, but anyway, she actually said that the vet has put on this report that Little Blue had a stage 5 Salter-Harris fracture. Now, that is the worst that it can get. And a Salter-Harris fracture at stage 5 would have been caused by a massive, like a compression or impact, but usually compression. So when Sue read this, then she rang me and she was saying, "Have you heard of Salter-Harris fractures?" Like, yeah, and the stages of them. And when she said stage 5, and we've been discussing it, and what we think has happened is that the fact that the fracture was so bad, I think that the big fat cow has jumped on that dog, or she's kicked him when he's been against a hard surface, so that's been able to cause a, you know, made it appear like a well, basically a compression fracture. You know, usually it would be something like of weight landing on it, but if he's been, say, against a hard surface and she's kicked him, which I think she's probably done. I don't think she's jumped on him, the big fat cow. I think she's kicked him. But the fact that this has come from a non-forensic vet, I think she is going to be nailed to the wall when the RSPCA take her to court. So I will keep you all posted. Oh, that sounds wonderful, Voodoo. Inbox me, love. We'll have a little chat. And I'm all for anybody who is of a witch-like nature to curse the shit out of the woman who did this injury to this poor little dog. My dad was in the Irish Guard, so he was stationed there. Oh, are you talking about Ireland and what have you? Oh, you know, Dusseldorf. Well, listen to this, Rav. We have a lady who has just come from Oh God, where's she from? In Germany. Oh, in the north. Oh, she's told me and I can't remember. I'm so rude. Her name is Patricia, and she has moved over from Germany with her 2 horses. And she's really, really nice. She speaks amazing English, as you all do. So I am determined I'm going to learn a few little words from Pat. So yeah, really, really nice girl, really nice girl. So I think me and her will become firm friends. I'm pretty sure of it. I really like her. And she has obviously, um, being German, she's got one of your most amazing horses. She has a Hanoverian mare called Danny, and yeah. So I will maybe, you never know, the next time that I do a live, I might be able to actually have a sentence in German. I'm not going to hold my breath, but you never know. Uh, what's Frida said here? I wish I could speak another language, although I did live in Dusseldorf for a couple of years when I was a child. My mum used to send me to the shop to get potatoes. Oh, I remember you saying that because we were talking about it, wasn't it? About what's the meal Bratkartoffeln that I really like because there are a German couple own the pub near me. So, well, near me, it's in like 2 villages over, but there's nothing up here, so it's. But yeah, they own the pub and they serve authentic German food, and I love it. So, Bratkartoffel. Did I say it correctly? I'm never sure. I usually mess it up, but yeah, it's really nice. For anybody who hasn't had it, oh God, it's lovely. It's like sautéed potatoes with bacon and onion in them and a bit of garlic, and then it's all fried up until it catches on the pan so it goes crispy and crunchy, and it's so nice. And then it's served with a couple of fried eggs on the top, runny fried eggs. It's really good. Oh, thank you. Well, that's very kind of you to say that I didn't butcher your language. But yeah, I love that. It's so easy to make as well. But if anyone hasn't tried it, there are lots of recipes on YouTube. I follow a channel. It's called German Recipes, and I know it's a really nice meal, isn't it? And yeah, they've got a good recipe for it. It is kindness cake. German food is yummy and underrated because if you say to people about you're going out for a meal and you want some European food, people automatically go, Italian, Spanish, da 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 da. You don't think to say German food, and German food is so good. And currywurst, oh yeah. Put your channel. Oh yeah, Brian. Brian's channel. Brian is doing recipes. Did you show us how to make toast yet, Brian? You were liking the sound of it till he said a runny egg. Well, you don't have to put a runny egg on it, Kathy, but it's really nice. Maybe I should make some videos about German food making, and one of my next will be about brewing beer at home. That will go down a treat, Rav. And Brian, Brian, drop your link in as well. Brian's doing some proper British meals like curry. Oh, Sheila, give over. You don't have to have the runny egg. You've ran out of flour. I'm making pies tomorrow. Yeah, I would love that as well. You would, especially because you lived in Germany, didn't you, Frida? You see, I just used to like going to the German Christmas market in Manchester, and you'd have all the stalls with the currywurst and and the glühwein as well. Obviously, I'm a pisshead and like to get drunk in Manchester and then come staggering home on the train because I've had too much glühwein and chocolates and Brian and Rav channels, please. We'll sub. Oh yeah, Rav, would you like to put your link to your channel in here, please? And Brian, can you do the same for kindness? Or somebody, if anybody wants to drop Rav's channel in, and oh, there's Brian's. You just got rid of all your flour, etc. Husband has to go gluten free. Oh, well, I have got what's Rav? Lately, I had only some fortnight lives on my channel. It's for my son. He feels like I know. I saw the fortnight one. He feels like a star. YouTube. Then it costs me followers every time, but it's for my son, so it's okay to me. Yeah, please put your channel link in, Rav. It doesn't matter because people will sub, and then when you start doing if you want to put German cookery on. Oh, there you go. Thank you very much. There's kindness. There's Rav's link as well. Well, you see, this is what it is. It's about your channel is about what you want to do, isn't it? And I keep saying here, I don't care that I've not got a massive channel. It doesn't bother me because I like the fact that I know all of you in here, so that whenever people who come in, I know a bit about everybody. Whereas if I had a really huge channel, I wouldn't know. You'd see the same names, but I wouldn't be able to chat with people like I do now and talk about different channels and and know little bits about all your lives, like Lady Witch, drop your PayPal in as well, please, for the pussycats. Like Lady Witch rescues cats and kittens and feeds them and gets them to the vets out of her own money. So little things like that I wouldn't know. I prefer the small channels because of the family feeling. Absolutely, Rav. Absolutely. Yeah, we all have a laugh in here, Brian. Yes, you do, usually at my expense, but you know what? I'll take one for the team. Kindness I do as well. And I like the fact that everybody knows each other, or when you come in and when it's a little channel that everybody knows you on, you're all greeted and people ask after you and they genuinely are concerned if they haven't seen you around for a while. Is everything going okay? It's like Simple's, I know that she gets busy or she might be sitting in the background, but when she'll pop up in the chat, we're like, "Hiya, how are you doing? Has your cat done any like miraculous shits lately?" And things like that, because the cat used to do shitoliths and or we know that she likes to knit things and Voodoo Queen with the interior design stuff and her art and bedtime with his boat. Brian being a bastard. Cassius, the fact that he can't type. She Sheila just being bloody hysterical. Cassie's chill about transgender, but he doesn't want people to know. Oh yeah, and then Dar, and he posts wonderful stuff about Norway. Like that made me laugh when he sent us that private message the other day. It bloody minus 49. Was it 49.7? Because I was saying, God, it's like 2 degrees here. It's like he said. Meanwhile, in Norway. Speaking of which, has anyone heard from November Rain? Who's November Rain? I don't know who November Rain is, Lady Witch. Or am I being thick? I'm probably being thick, aren't you? You're gonna have to spell it out. I forget really easily, don't know what people are. Cassius, I can give you makeup tips, but only on Fridays. Isn't that a song? Oh, I don't know. November Rain. I know Purple Rain. November Rain. It's not ringing any bells with me. Kentucky Rain. I didn't know there were any songs about Kentucky. Crud, Rain Dancer. You meant Rain Dancer? No, not seen anything for. Oh, Brian, Golden Rain. That's very popular in an area, a certain town in Lancashire, apparently. There are a lot of golden showers, allegedly. Oh, there she is again, Simple's meerkat. Oh yeah, and like Doberman trousers as well, don't forget. So I'm just thinking about all the little things I know about everybody. Oh God, I've got to tell you, this hotel chocolate hot chocolate is so good. I'm gonna end up weighing about 50 stone if I keep drinking this stuff. Anywho, um, we're due to get some snow apparently. Goes, yeah, that's the one. Golden showers and bitter days. Yeah, Cassie. Yeah, that's right. And you're 6'1", and what was the other thing? No, that was on your grinder profile, wasn't it? Oh, kindness! I tell you, if you've not tried it, it is so good. You take a bit of a sip of it, and you feel the tingle, but then it goes, and it's just, oh my God! I've never had hot chocolate like that. It's delish. It's really good. And the thing is, it's that good. I'm thinking, why am I putting sweeteners in it? I should just go feck this and just put sugar in. But, I've not had sugar for a long time, so I would probably end up being like Dougal off the Magic Roundabout. Chili sambuca. Oh, God, I don't like sambuca. There's anything aniseedy I can't touch, and I cannot touch Jägermeister. Jesus Christ, that stuff. Ugh. The hangover I had off that and then breaking my arm. No, I'll never. If I so much as smell Red Bull, because we were drinking Jägermeister, we drank a litre of it in half an hour between three of us playing a stupid drinking game, and then went up to the pub in my wellies and my pyjama bottoms with a coat on New Year's Eve and was drinking Jaeger bombs. So the smell of oh God, I smell Red Bull. I start being sick. Rav, I opened the fridge, then came this hard smell of pure garlic like a thunderstorm. I'd forgotten about the Turkish garlic sausages. Oh, they sound like, oh, Team Jägermeister, F you. Do you know what? I would, I would rather eat my own legs than ever drink Jägermeister again, ever. Tequila was your kryptonite. Oh, I like a tequila. Do 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 do. Tequila. You're hoping it doesn't snow. Oh no, I really want it to snow, Sheila. Apparently it's going to start Wednesday. Who can say? Has anybody else seen the weather reports for their area for the coming week? I think some places, isn't it supposed to start up? I think near my dad's tomorrow. Like Eileen saw Hebrides, Orkney, I think. Hi, Linda. How are you doing, love? Everyone has that one alcohol bad experience. Mine is gin, cider, and red wine. Alcohol poisoning. Swear I died twice that weekend. That's what I was like off Jägermeister. Absolutely horrendous. But I can't have Pernod. I got sick of, and then oh, what's it called in Greece? Oh, what's the flipping drink called in Greece? I've forgotten it. Oh my God, got a brain fart. Oh, that's really bad that I can't remember what the national flipping. Ouzo, thank you, Simples. Ouzo Collapso. That's it. Yak. I can't. Yeah. Oh, is Julia in? Hi, Julia. How have you been, love? Happy Christmas and Happy New Year. And this, actually, I didn't wish Rav that either. Same to you. Oh, you love Perno, Simples. Blech. Have you had a good one, Julia? Now, Rav, my first experience with Jägermeister was that I emptied my stomach on the shoes of a doorkeeper. Oh, I bet you weren't popular. Did you get banned from the pub, Rav? Linda, we're getting really bad weather and snow tomorrow. Weather warning. Oh yeah, because you're up my dad's way, aren't you? I think. Oh God, I always get mixed up because there's Dolly Mixture. Oh no, hang on a minute, Linda. You're north. Oh God, which of you is the northeast? North of Aberdeen. Is that you or Dolly? Oh bugger. My brain is just going at the moment. I'm losing where everybody's at. The north. Right. So you're the northeast. So it's Dolly who's over my dad's way, isn't it? And then we've got Brian. I know where Brian is. And then we've got Cassius over in Alriki. Let's have a look. It's fine for us. Hope all yours were good. Yeah, everybody's okay here, Julia. You've been missed. I've been wondering where you were for a while and hoping everything was going okay. Yeah, you're right on the corner. That's right. Have you ever tried to be sick in a sink full of dishes by trying to lift the bowl up and be sick down? Funnily enough, Simples, yes, I have. I did that in a friend's house. I gate crashed the house, pissed as a rat with my other friend. We were in her back garden and we got wankered, absolutely wankered on Pims. It was a really hot summer's night, and we could hear 3 doors down Steve and Helen and giggling and laughing. And for some reason, we thought in our drunken state were having a barbecue, but they weren't. But we just turned up, walked in the house with both our dogs, pissed as rats, banging on the door. Feed us, Steve and Helen. Gate crashed, went in. They didn't have a barbecue going. Helen then gets a bottle of vodka out, poured me virtually half a pint of vodka, which I necked. And then I was sick in the sink, trying to do exactly the same thing. We're staying with a neighbour, so couldn't do it in her loo, so I had to run to a kitchen. Oh, Linda. Oh, that's awful. You had food poisoning. What was that off? Hi, Lisa. Please don't say that it was off your New Year's Eve haggis. Christ, don't say that. How's Lisa doing? So another channel that I know I always promote it. Oh, hang on a minute. I've also spag bowl down the sink after you brought it. Oh no, no. Oh, it was prawns. Oh God. You see, I got food poisoning off prawns when I was in Jamaica. And I was, oh God, I was really ill. I haven't touched prawns since, like little prawns. Just no. Whip. Fucking carrots. It's like there's always carrots in sick and there's always sweet corn in turds, isn't there? You had a guy vomit over the fence into my yard, so I turned on the hose and washed it back into his. At least he wasn't sick on you, though. I mean, that was another thing. Oh, God. Right, so I'm going back to when I first started going in clubs with my friends. Obviously, we were underage, and I just remember walking across the dance floor, and this lad was coming towards me, he had his hand over his mouth, and it was that packed. I mean, we were crammed in. It was like a bloody cattle market. You couldn't move. and he's come across the dance floor. We're just at the edge of the dance floor trying to get onto it. This guy's trying to get past us to go in the direction of the toilets, and his hand over his mouth, and he just puked. Well, his fingers were all open, and it came out in 4 different directions. It was over me, over my friend, over one of the bouncers who was standing talking to us, over somebody else at the other side. And I don't think we'd been in that long. We probably had only been in there about an hour. I wasn't impressed. Oh, did I see Lady Witch post her link for the puddy tats? Let me see. Sorry, I'm going to have to go all the way back up again. Did you post it? Did you post it? I think that you did. There we go. I'm just going to put it up on screen. So if anybody is able to help Lady Witch out with the little puddy tats, that's the link there. Every little bit helps if you can. I think we talked about being sick off alcohol the last time I was live as well, didn't we? I think that's because I was on I was on painkillers for my broken arse, which incidentally it's getting better. The kitties aren't happy with the cold weather. They keep spatting over your electric blanket. Well, if you do spoil them, it's like little fat Freddy. He's a little spoilt pussycat now. He's gone from being the skin and bone little stray who turned up in August to little fat cat. Oh, he's lovely. I love him to pieces. What's Frida saying here? I remember cleaning up the locker room at work. He found a carrier bag of what looked like Guinness and carrots behind a locker. Oh no! Oh no! Oh, that's horrible. Well, it is, Brian. It's a common theme. Either being sick, farting, turds. Oh, as Julie just said, I'm surprised it's not poo. We can talk poo if you like, Julia. We haven't talked poo for a while. More tissue is buried under your dressing gown. So you've got lappy. Well, you see, this is why I like Coopsy coming up on the sofa with me, because he keeps my feet warm. He's like a proper little heat generator. He's lovely. A good boy. Well, I hope. Are you all set for the cold weather then, Linda? Have you got enough fire? Have you got a real fire as well, or are you just on your central heating? Lavatorial. Oh, that's very posh, Lisa. Yes, it is very lavatorial in here. Sometimes. You had a few accidents last week. Do you know what? You've you've got the gas heating. Oh, that's all right then. You see, I'm not on the gas supply here. We've no gas in this village. So people have to use LPG, which costs a bleeding fortune. Lisa, you have a little space heater that they try to turn on by dragging the cord around. They're going to figure out the plug soon. Oh, do you know what, Lady Witch? I watched a video yesterday. You've probably seen them. Anybody who, especially like Danny After Dark, who also deals with cat rescue, and anybody who may have ever bred cats. Have you seen the little bowl feeders? It's like a bowl, and they've got 4 nipples coming out in basically, although it's a circular bowl, imagine it was square and you've got a nipple at each corner, shall we say. So they're kind of evenly spaced out around this little bowl, and you fill the bowl with milk and you attach a kitten to each of these little nipples, and then it'll feed 4 kittens at the same time. But the lady that was trying to use it was having a nightmare. There was one tiny little kitten that was just, latched on and was fine. The bigger kitten of the 3 preferred to bite her.
And she kept saying, "No, don't be biting me." And she kept sticking the kitten back on. It looked to me like it was going to be a very big tomcat. Um, but it was really handy. And I thought, gosh, that is, um, yes, little fake cat nipples, the fake ones, Rav. Like teats, little teats. Trust a man to hear nipples and suddenly wake up. Yeah, but they were calling them nipples, Sheila. Julia, I very rarely put the heating on. My house feels like we're being microwaved inside. You think it's the insulation? Well, that's the best thing. And they're doing in Lancashire as well at the moment. There are a lot of really good offers on for assisted insulation and what they called solar panels. I'm thinking of getting solar panels on this one actually. No, teats, not tits. Teats. Oh, did you see it as well, Cassius? Wasn't it good? I consider one every time I get a litter, but always talk yourself out of it. Well, it looked like it was. I suppose, though, really, if you've got one of those, you can't monitor exactly what each kitten is having. So I suppose when you do get your new litters, it's probably not as yeah, it's probably not as good as it when you have to see what each one. You don't want one that one kitten starving and you got a nipple pierce in November. It was the fucking hardest pain in your life. Do you think now? You see, I know some men who've had a Prince Albert, and for people who don't know, I presume you will know, Rav, what a Prince Albert is. Because he was German. So Queen Victoria's husband was Prince Albert, German Prince Albert, and he apparently had his cock was pierced, and as a result of that, they call it a Prince Albert. So, yeah, and I have known people who, luckily, nobody I've ever been out with, because I think I would kind of run a mile probably, but yeah. And I know that they were saying that they were in absolute agony, and I think, why do it? Oh no, weren't they cute, Cassis? Did you see that one that kept biting him though? And she said he keeps biting. Thought that's a little bugger. It was the one nearest to the camera, the little tiny one, and it was minging with its feet on the, it had its little toes there. You had to choose between the Albert or the nipple. It was a decision between being fucked and being really fucked. Brian, shut up. No, I haven't, because I don't have a willy. If I had a willy, I still wouldn't have one. All right. I'm not a him shim, a shim or whatever they call them, a she, he, she, him, shim, shib. I'm not. I don't have a. I'm not a chick with a dick or a chap with a flap. Neither. I don't have a Prince Albert. I know. Well, I know. It's it sounds like I just don't know. Way to start a rumour, Brian. I know. That'll be up. That'll be up on all the knobheads channels. Do you know Kiss has got a cock? A him shim waiter at the local Chinese. Is this a joke or is this serious, Brian? Because I never know when you start off with a statement like that. I never know where it's going to go. Why do people pierce their genitals? Never really got that one. Well, I suppose it's supposed to be for pleasure, isn't it? You've total respect for anyone who is bilingual. Dar has a great command of the English language, is a great poet, as we know. No, a shim. A shim, like as a she or a him, a shim, somewhere in between. Oh, you're being serious? Okay, so if it's a him shim waiter,
So does he dress as a him or a she? Yeah. No, I said I said a chap with a flap or a chick with a dick or a chap with a flap. Not a jack. I've heard of that. A chick with a dick, but the other one, yeah, chap with a flap. In answer to the pleasure in intimate situations, Lisa, allegedly, I'm too much of a wuss to know for sure. Yeah, well, that's what it is, isn't it? It's, yeah, I all I've got is my ears pierced. I'm too much of a wuss. I still would like to get, there is a tattoo that I would love to get. Um, just a small one on my wrist, but I've not kind of got the courage up to get it done. And then I'm stuck with it for life, so I need to be 100% sure. Shona went to get a nipple pierced, but they didn't have any threaded. And what's that? Any threaded rid bug enough? What the fuck? See how he just runs with the rumour. I know! It's nice if you sit on the wheel on a bus. Oh my goodness. Sheila. Oh Christ. Julie, I would be scared to lose it. Doc using a metal detector would not be funny. Oh God. That's see what you've started now, Rav. I only have the nipple one and a small 6 millimeter flesh tunnel. What's a flesh tunnel? God, that sounds painful. What the fuck is a flesh tunnel? Oh dear, you got my first tattoo last year. Want another, but not sure what to get. I want a rune on my wrist. I want the Odell rune. But yeah. I have 2 tattoos, one on each side of your wrist on the bones. A flesh tunnel. Yeah, no, I didn't know what a flesh tunnel was, Lisa. I'd not heard that before. Yeah, I wanted the Odell on the inside of my wrist, over my, my veins, like running either from my wrist, or a little bit higher up towards my forearm. Oh, right, okay, I'm with you, Rav. I didn't know what they were. And the perverts come out of the woodwork. I know. I noticed that myself, Lady Witch. It's like, oh, we've got content. We've got content. It's probably more about me talking about me flipping me tattoo that I want, because it's got a lot of, not that it bothers me for that, but there are some Nazi connotations with, because obviously Hitler liked all things Germanic and Norse paganism, and and so on and so forth. So the Odal, he did kind of latch onto that, but it's the rune of Odin, and that's why I want it. But when I mentioned it, and somebody at work was on about it, saying that's a Nazi symbol, I was like, I don't give a fuck. I want it on my wrist, but I think I would have to have it slightly higher so that it wasn't on show and didn't offend the easily offended. I don't care if Hitler liked it. I like it. It means something to me. But anyway, but that's the only one that I would have. Lunatics have left the asylum. Yeah, there's a guy in my building who has those. Rav, they do look cool on him. My niece's husband, our Dan who got married last year, her husband, he's got those. I've heard like the ear stretchers. I didn't know they were called a flesh tunnel though. So thanks for explaining that, because I didn't have a clue. I'm not very well up on things like that. Oh, can I just say, anybody who hasn't seen it, I'm not getting into a discussion because you know what my new rule is on this channel. However, go over to Cassius's channel. Feel free to drop your link, Cassius, because I could not stop laughing at that short he posted with the song, The Storyteller. I don't know where the hell you got that from, but wow. Yours looks bigger, like a bigger earplug, but you like it small. Mine are light grey and scents on the inside of my wrist, but nobody sees them. Yeah, well, I was kind of thinking where to put mine, but I would want it on my, yeah, my actual wrist, on my forearm area. I just think it would be, because I would see it when I was writing. I would see it then, I could look at it, because that's, to me, that's what my runes would be about. And when I thought about which runes I wanted, and um you know, I was born on a Wednesday as well. So Wednesday, Odin's day, you know, he's my god. So um oh, you've got quite a few tattoos, have you, Simples? Yeah, I'm a bit of a wuss though. I don't know that I could sit there and not like scrike or, you know, be really, really marred. You've got lyrics and a vampire skull with wings and a placebo butterfly. Oh, very nice. You never find Cassius, you never get any notifications. Right, Cassius, can you please put your link in the chat so people can go and check out your short video? This year, you plan a sleeve tattoo on your left arm. On the right arm, you only have this. Oh, right. Do you know what? I hadn't seen that. I'll have to make a point of going on your channel and having a look, Rav. Very nice. There you go, Simples as well with the Tree of Life. Yggdrasil. Gary Newman, first album, Face. Took me back years, that song. What's a placebo butterfly? For Wolisa. I am a hippie Cassie 66. No, don't be mean to him. Cassius, put your link in, love, and let people go and have a little laugh. I could not stop laughing. So he's basically done a video about somebody that we all know and dislike immensely, but it's the song that's gone with it. Where the hell did you think that one up? I played it and I started howling laughing. That's his lad's only pet, was it? It's Grinder. No, that's it. Rate my cock in it. Okay, there's Cassius's link, Frida. Do you know, I was going to do that with that Willy shot that I got sent. Stick it on Rate My Dick. I've got it. There we go. I've highlighted you. Put you on the screen. 6 foot. 6'1". You're always bloody buffering, you are. My goodness. No wonder you never get the. Well, I was going to say, no wonder you never get any questions right in my quiz, but when you're buffering, you do tend to, you become psychic and answer questions I've not asked yet. It's bigger than mine. Your internet's shit. It's almost as shit as your typing, man. Although you are doing very well tonight. You're doing very well. Your next is a guitar made of a bass and treble clef. Oh, very nice. Do they not hurt you though? I mean, my brothers are full of tattoos. My dad's tattooed. But me and my sister never have, although, you know, two of my nieces have got tattoos as well. Anyway, sorry, what I was going to say was, have people been following Casper Site? You know, his channel. He's got two channels. He's got Casper Vision, and he does some stories and stuff on that. But because he's got a Twitch channel, he's got a Discord. I think Casper Vision. I think that's more his gaming channel. He actually does some really good. I'm not a gamer. I know some of you guys are. But I've quite enjoyed watching some of his reviews on games. They're pretty good. Rav, you probably would like that site, Casper Vision. But anyway, his other channel, Casper Site, where he does his reaction videos, every Monday, 7 p.m., he does a top. So he'll do like the top ghost videos, the top paranormal videos, top, this is from around the web, top UFO videos. He's been doing a lot of coverage of the Miami stuff. So try and catch him on Monday. He's going to have his latest top videos out at, I don't know if it's 5 or 10, you know, top 5 videos or what have you, top 3, top 10, whatever. But on Monday at 7 o'clock. So make sure you tune into that. Give him a like, a thumbs up, and say hello to him in the comments. Let him know that you've come over from this channel. That would be great. Oh, you've subbed to him, have you, Frida? Oh, well, don't forget, don't miss that on Monday. Oh, he makes me laugh. Do you know what? When he starts going on about shadow men, but he'll go, there's a shadow bastard. Fuck off, you shadow bastard. Did you watch him when he did Bodmin Jail? I don't know if it was last year or the year before. Might have been the year before last. Yeah, Casper, but Casper Vision is the gaming one, Rav. Casper Site, he does reaction videos on there, so he'll look at the best ghost videos and so on. He's a very funny guy, but Casper Vision, if you watch that, and he does a lot of and he's got a Twitch channel as well, but he reviews a lot of the computer games and what have you. Oh, brilliant. Question: what would you do if you did meet an alien? I think I'd be terrified, Brian. What about everybody in chat? What do you all think? I I would run for the damn hills. I really would. But as we all know, I am an absolute coward regarding anything like aliens or ghosts or dogmen or anything remotely paranormal. I would run away. So what would you all do if you were to see an alien? What would you do? You do a Doberman, would you? Simples. Frida would run away too. Rav met an alien and married it. Which planet did she come from, though, Rav? Linda, I would be scared, but would try and communicate. Yeah, but I would be worried in case it was like on Independence Day, you know, where they tried to communicate, but it basically wanted to eat your brain and kill. Or I'd be thinking about alien like Sigourney Weaver. You know, that kind, or Prometheus, that those, no. Planet Men Killer. Will she will tell you off if she sees this, Rav, won't she? You'd be scared, but at the same time. So Julia, yeah, you see, I'm like this with Julia. I wouldn't want to be abducted. Or Melbat right after awakening in the morning. No, 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 no. Lady Witch, run like hell. First contact can be from a distance. Thank you kindly. Yeah, it doesn't make me feel so bad now that Lady Witch is also running like hell. This has got me, Julia, Frida, Lady Witch, we're legging it. Oh, and Simples as well, after she shot herself. No, you see, the thing is, don't forget with Julia, Julia's son has had that lost time incident with, you know, little beings from another planet and is still suffering as a result of it, as is his friend. So I don't blame Julia for saying she's just going to leg for the hills, because you know what can happen as a result of it. Don't forget, I read up on all these stories to tell you. So I've read things about, Zygmunt Adamski and Alan Godfrey and reading their accounts of what's happened to them. So I don't know. I don't want to be anywhere near him. And when the probes came out, as long as the probe was clean, ew. Do you know what, Simples? I will never forget that name either. The aliens probe was stinking. Oh dear. Yeah, I think it seems to be that most people would. What would you do, Brian? What would you do if you met an alien? Like, with an honest answer, not a joke one, because I just, yeah, I'd be way too scared. Stinky Pete, Pinky Pete. That's the night you met your soulmate, was it? What, your our soulmate? I'm a storyteller, and my story must be told. Do 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 do. I've got many different faces and many different names. In Russia, I am Ivan. In Sweden, I am Jan. In Germany, I'm Johann. In England, I am John. I couldn't stop singing that today. That's it, though. Cassie's, it's the same with me. Don't, that tune's been going through my head all day. How did you remember that tune, though? Where did you find it? Your old ass wouldn't be capable of rumming. You just curl up and die. Oh, Frida, have you watched the video now? I clicked on it. I didn't even know what to expect. And I was just like, what? Now, can somebody tell me, Cassius, can you tell me what your other one was? What's it called? Your other video was about with the Ali G in it? Because I didn't know what was going on, but I thought, well, it's Ali G in the house. So obviously, thumbs up, thumbs up. But I didn't know if there was something going on that I wasn't aware of, because I don't kind of go around. Well, I kind of got that bit, but I didn't know if it was something new that had happened. Come here, Koopy. Come here, baby. Come here, love. Come on. Say hello to everybody. All your fans are here. Oh, what? But hang on. Out of what police station? I don't know anything about this. Has somebody been arrested? And where was this? And where was this? Was it on his channel? Someone else's channel? You see, you have to remember, some of us don't follow all the shite. Linda, oh right, I gave it, sorry, I'll just go back, I'll do it very quickly. Linda, I gave a little update at the beginning of the video. So we've got the results back. There are fatty cells in both of them. The lump on his side, it's a lipoma. They're pretty 100% that it's a lipoma. The one in his chest is a little bit more difficult to determine, although it did show fatty cells in it. And she said the likelihood is that it is a lipoma. There could have been some contamination when they were taking the cells out, so it's a little bit unclear. And the fact that that lump isn't situated, it's subcute, but it's not in the fatty deposits that you would expect it to be. So I've been given a couple of scenarios: either monitor it, either just watch what happens with it. But I don't want to do that because I've lost a dog to cancer, and if it was something serious, I want to know what it is and treat it, not leave it. She said we could leave it for another month and then try to sample again, but that means putting Cooper out again, and he's reacted really badly to this anaesthetic this time again. So, and don't forget, he's had 2 general anaesthetics in the space of a month when he hurt his eye, you know. The third scenario is to just remove the lumps completely and send them off for analysis once they've been removed. And that's what I'm going to go for. But I'm going to leave it a couple of months, let him get the anaesthetic out of his system. Gives me time to save up for it because it's going to cost at least £1,500 to get it done. But I'd rather have my dog lump free and know what they are. And then if the one on his chest is malignant, we can deal with that and get treatment accordingly. So that's where we are. And thank you so much for asking. Oh, really? He was asked to go for an interview for what he said about AD. Oh, the P word stuff. Oh. You don't follow all the shite, you're too busy following other shite. That's it, Simples. And I said, I'm not discussing any of them, but I did want to know what that was because I didn't understand it. Yeah, there's a total ban on any of them on this channel from now on. So, to them all. That might not last. If I get rattled enough, I probably will open my gob, but yeah. I'm not giving them any content on this channel because that's all they want, reactions and content, because they've got nothing else. He is Frida, isn't he? Totally obsessed. Yeah, Linda, and the vet said, she's pretty sure that the one on his chest, she said, I'm pretty sure it'll come back as being a fatty lump anyway. But she said, I understand, because I was just like, nah, I've had a dog die of cancer. I'm not taking any risk. She said, I fully understand. So that's going to be my next option. But I'll leave it for a couple of months and then get it done. He really is. He does get his tippies from that crap. Oh, thank you, Julia. And thank you, everybody, for the lovely messages I've had from him. Simple, sometimes you can't move around this place for the shit that's put there. Yeah. No shithousery in here. Absolutely, Brian. We want none of it. At the end of the day, AD has gone off YouTube. End of. Forget about him. Yeah. Yeah. Fuckery freezer. I like that. No skullduggery or jiggery pokery. Yeah, they're good ones. And this is a fuckery free zone. Thank you, Cassius. Yeah, he's all right. He's still very quiet, but yeah, but I'm just not going to put my dog through that stress for just to get tests done that he may end up having to then also have to have removed. So I'd rather just get it over and done with, and that's that. And hopefully I'll get it done before we go on our jollies, so he'll be nice and lump free. So, oh, look, have you noticed as if by magic the numbers have suddenly jumped? And that has just proved my point completely and utterly. Nobody's been named. We've just just skirted around it and made a very brief comment about not indulging certain people and naming certain people on this channel. There's a ban on it, and look at that. Pew, jumped up. Oh, thank you. He's got his own channel, but I'm going to I need to upload stuff onto it. So I might put his lump journey on there as well, because I took all the videos of him in the vets, and when we were trying to get him to go out, and me lying on the floor with a broken pelvis trying to help him go to sleep, lying on the floor in the flipping surgery. Oh, it was yeah, that was eventful. Anyway, so and drops off. Yeah, I know. I know. That was it, lady. She just made me laugh. I just watched. I was thinking, oh my god, really? I just, oh yeah. Right. Anyway, so in the week, I'm going to have a little treat for you all, and I'm thinking possibly Tuesday. It'll be Tuesday or Wednesday, but I'm thinking it's going to be Tuesday. Because I've got a big day on Thursday at work. So Wednesday night, I'm probably going to want to crash out early. But I shall be coming live. As I said, think it'll probably be Tuesday. Hope you'll all enjoy it. No, I'm not giving you any hints in advance. Um, excuse me. But it will be nice to catch up with everybody. As I said, no shizzle, no nothing. Because what about your wee Floki? Remember the vid you used to put up about him? Oh, I know. Got to go. Love to see everyone. Thank you, Kiss. Take care. Oh, thank you, kindness. I'm not going to be that much longer, to be honest. I need to get this little dog settled down for the night. If it's singing, you're busy. No, Brian, it isn't singing. By the way, your singing went down a treat with Helen. Happy thoughts. She thought your song was incredibly funny and that you need to kind of win awards for it and everything. Oh, is he ready? Is he going to pull a snipe on you, Cassius? Oh, no, it's been nice this. I've seen some. I'm glad Julia's popped in and Rav. It's nice to see people we haven't seen in for a little while. I've been wondering after you both. Although I knew kind of Rav was about because I'd seen you on your channel, but obviously not seen Julia. Um, but as I said, yeah, you need to all have a good watch of some of these channels. That Timothy oh god, whatever his name is, watch him. That's got all the stuff on about the Peruvian, the Pella Caras. Watch that. Scare yourself. See what you think. Casper Sight, again, watch him. He's been doing a lot of coverage of the Miami incident, for want of a better word. Oh, there was another channel I was watching. Oh yes, did you check out that Before Caledonia, Cassius? That's another channel that's really good. If anybody's interested in Scottish history. Oh, what's that, Brian? I can't see what your link is. You've built Floki a wee tower in the corner in the living room. Titsuit Tuesday. It's not Titsuit Tuesday at all. Never you mind. Scottish history guy. Oh, is he the guy with the dreadlocks? He was on about. But yeah, if you check out Before Caledonia. I think it's a really good channel. There's also oh, what's it called? There's another channel called Forgotten Lives. Now, some of you will enjoy that. They cover lots of different things. It could be murderers, it could be royalty, it could be famous like burglars, just people from history who have been forgotten, and they cover those. So that's a really good channel to watch as well. Throw them out Thursday. Yeah, so yeah. Like I said, I'm not gonna give you any hints or clues, but hope to see you all in on Tuesday. If I don't get online before then, I don't know what I'm doing tomorrow. I might get online, I might not, but yeah, I will willy out Wednesday. Flaps out for no flaps Friday. Fanny out Friday. I said flap out, I beat you to it. About minge out Monday. or Willy out Wednesday. Where the fuck do these seeds come from? Yeah. Oh gosh. Next incognito night is going to be lit. Oh, it is. Yeah, I need to sort that out. We need to get incognito night back on the menu. Back on the menu. What's Brian saying? Yeah, Funny Friday. No, Flaps Out Friday. Mine was better. So, right, I'm going to wind it up now, guys and girls, only because, like I said, I want to get the dogs sorted out. I'm feeling like I'm getting a cold as well. I can feel myself getting more blocked up as the night's going. I've got a tickly cough as well. You don't know how to change your name. Flange Friday. um, you go if you just go into your profile, so you know with your little icon that you've got, Kathy, you click on that, and then you can change. If you go into edit, the little pen icon, you can change your name there. But if you change it more than once, you're going to get stuck with it for a month. So if you make sure, if you're going to change it, you only change it the once, then you can change it back to your proper name. That's how um Sheila got stuck. And what did Cassius get stuck as? Cassius got stuck as something bad as well, didn't he? But Sheila got stuck as Jimmy Riddle, the bank fiddler, for a month. Kathy, go to your settings and click on the little pen. Yeah, there you go. That's much easier, Lady Witch. I can't remember, what did Cassius get stuck as? And he was having to go into, and then, oh yeah, Julia, you did as well, didn't you? Yeah, we've not done an incognito for a while. I mean, I've just left mine up. Me screen name's just gonna stay as well. Holy jizz pies. That's why you use your other account. Yeah, that's a good idea, isn't it? Have another account instead. You forgot to. Oh, you did, didn't you? Forgot to change it back. Oh God, I still think that first one we did. Oh God, that was so funny. And then when you all changed your name to Kiss My Accent, I was getting really cross. Yeah, that was a good one. And then the alien one. I remember sitting here with that alien one. I was laughing so hard, and I was nearly being sick because I couldn't stop laughing. My stomach was killing me. Um, but yeah, so Julia, you'll find it quite interesting, I think, because you've not been around. You know Mick McLaren's channel, Go and check out his last 2 videos. You'll find them very interesting. Yeah, kiss me arse. You kiss me arse, Brian. Do you know what I like? The fact that when you call everybody arse wipes. I think, do you remember on The Last Kingdom, and they used to call you arselings? I think we should call people arselings if you're in here. It's like earthlings, but arselings. Was it Pendle? No. No. It's about some UFO sightings locally. And obviously you've had a local UFO sighting as well. So I thought, yeah, you will probably find it quite interesting, love. Oh, sorry, yeah, thinking of showing her at Southern S. Yeah. When she, yeah, for anybody who doesn't know, so when I was there last year, and I chat to everybody, as you can probably imagine, got chatting to a guy who lives at the place where Brian has his holiday home. And the guy had dogs, and I'd meet him when I was out with Cooper very early, like 5 o'clock, 5:30 in the morning, walking him. I'd meet this Dave on the beach with his dogs. So we got to chatting, and he kept calling me Smiler. So I said to Brian, will you mention me to Dave when you see him and say I said hello? You know, just say, oh, yeah, it was Jackie who you met on the beach every morning with the dogs. No, Shona. Was she pissed, Brian, or sober? I'd like to think that she was pissed when she said it. Basically, Shona went up to this Dave, not realising that he didn't have a clue I had a channel on YouTube, and she didn't even get it right. She went, kiss my ass, says hello. And he looked at her like she dropped out of a tree. Oh, so she was sober. Jesus, that's even worse, isn't it? Kiss me ass. Oh, man. Anyway, right, guys and gals, I'm going to wind it up. So thank you so much for coming in. I hope that you got something out of that. Well, I hope Voodoo Queen isn't too scared about that story from Texas, but I just thought it was really interesting. And you know, if you Google it, and you'll see there are quite a lot of stories. Oh, excuse me. Oh, gosh, catching up with me now. Kiss and chat, night night. Thank you so much for a lovely live as always. Oh, thank you, Frida, for being here. Linda, I hope you're getting you're feeling much better. You know, we'll catch up with you hopefully Tuesday if you can make it. And that you're not too snowed in. But I'm actually really looking forward to the snow. Oh yes, Lady Witch, love and blessings, everyone. You know, Cassius likes probes. Shocking, shocking. Oh, night, night, Kathy, love. And Cassius and everybody. Thanks for the last kiss, everyone. Have a great weekend. Brian, night to all. Linda, yes, I'll be there. Julia, night, everyone. Nice to catch up. Hope you catch another live. Hopefully, it should be Tuesday, Julia. And I hope you're safe if you get this this snow coming down Wednesday, which we're expecting up here. So let's see. Right, everybody. So take care. Rav, Shane, enjoy the rest of your birthday, love. Who else was in? Oh, Ice Cream. I've not seen you back in, but anyway, thank you for popping in at the beginning. Lovely to see you again. Simples, Sheila, wherever she's nipped to. Wiccan, if you end up listening to this, I know you're busy doing other things, love, and family stuff, but yeah, we'll say hello to you at the end. Right, so if I don't see you before, I'll see you all on Tuesday. Thank you so much for coming in. Take care, everybody. Have a great rest of your weekend, and see you all on the bright side.